Key players in the global infrastructure sector gathered in Cape Town on Wednesday to discuss projects, financing and development challenges that face the African continent. The Africa Investor Infrastructure Summit created a platform where various industry CEOs can meet, share experiences and forge joint venture partnerships on the continent. CCTV's Sumitra Nydoo was there.
Doing business in Africa is still very expensive, largely as a result of limited infrastructure, mainly in transport.
And the real, where the asset hits the road sort of thing is the cost of logistics in Africa is anything between 5 and 10 times more expensive than the former world, the Western world. So, and that's a complete derivative of the infrastructure we have here in Africa, and you have to fly everything. You can't move stuff on the road and on trains. So it has an absolute imperial impact on our customers and on the environment and the ability for it to grow.
But there's been a steady improvement in recent years. Africa is beginning to attract the investment needed to develop key transport and logistical networks and expand on energy and IT infrastructure. To date, China is the biggest investor on the continent.
The China-Africa Development Fund was inaugurated in 2007. The initial funding of the fund was to the value of $1 billion, which was provided by the China Development Bank. The total size of the fund will be $5 billion. There are various sectors that we focus on. Main ones would be agriculture, infrastructure, energy sectors.
The African Union's program for infrastructure development in Africa is also showing results. PIDA, launched back in 2010, is a partnership between the African Union, NEPAD, the new Partnership for Africa's Development, and the African Development Bank.
The big change which has happened in the African landscape, especially the institutional landscape, is that today we have an implementing agency, which is NEPAD. The Trans-Saharan Highway, which is more than 4,000 kilometers from Algiers to Lagos, is almost finalized. It's a presidential infrastructure initiative. It goes through Algeria, Niger, and Nigeria. Close to a Trans-Saharan Highway, you will have an optic fiber project. And then you will have, in the next 5 to 6 years, a gas pipeline from Nigeria to Algeria.
But there are still challenges that need to be overcome. According to a 2012 survey by Ernst & Young on Africa's attractiveness, political instability, corruption, poor governance and common bureaucracy are factors still hampering efforts to attract investment. But the report noted that optimism remains high. The IMF has forecast that 7 out of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world over the next 5 years will be African.
We're actually the world's most global company. We operate in more than 220 countries worldwide, and Africa as a continent in terms of pure flow-through profit is in fact the most profitable region.
Good leadership was also a major talking point at this conference. Investors want to see a greater commitment from governments to ensure more public-private partnerships.
Speaking to delegates here, you get the sense that international and domestic investors are keen to get involved with Africa's infrastructure development plans and are willing to work with governments to overcome the challenges. The risk factor that has been associated with Africa for so long seems to be fading fast. Sumitra Nydoo, CCTV, Cape Town.